Hey, how's it going?
Hey man, are we still on for today?
Yeah, 325 Front Street West.
Perfect. See you soon.
All right, I'll come get you.
First things first, we need to get your thoughts on this new way of working. What does it mean for tenants? And John can talk about what it means for landlords.
A lot of our tenant clients are taking this time to really take a look at their long-range plans and working remotely, what makes sense, and how is that going to integrate with what their new space is going to look like as they move out of this.
Landlords are going to respond with more capital to be invested into their buildings, upgrading HVAC systems, adding more cleaning staff to their daily regimen, and I think that's a trend that'll stay with us past the pandemic in order to make people feel safe and secure.
So on that point of working from home, what do you see that looking like down the road? Do you think it's going to be a sustainable model?
I think it's going to be really difficult for companies to continue telling the world that they're going to work from home and grow the company, bring in new people, teach the business. Without that collaboration of the office, a lot of that becomes very, very difficult. And I think you're already starting to see companies come to that realization pretty quickly.
Work from home has taught us as employers that we can trust our employees. They're working, they're getting their projects done. The unfortunate part about it is it's not authentic, okay? Talking to you here today is a much more meaningful experience than it is talking to you on a laptop.
That kind of brings up the thing about technology in the workplace. How is this going to change the technology that's integrated in the workplace? Are we going to see a lot more touchless, or where do you think that's going?
More technology would be used to prevent touch surfaces. So we'll have hands-free communication, whether that's over elevators, entry doors. Things will be more voice activated, more hands-free, and I think everyone are going to benefit from that.
I think we're seeing it in this environment here, the 325 Front. You see the floors have arrows. You're starting to see more touchless options here.
Yeah, and I think that's a temporary solution. We have a great opportunity here for 50,000 square feet of built space, and we've gone to that extent of putting dividers between workstations, de-densifying the space so that we're keeping a lower occupancy.
So that brings us to office space. Where do you guys see office space, maybe as a benchmark to the other asset classes?
I don't see valuations going down. I see a slowdown in improvements. We're definitely going to have to come out of this. There'll be some pressure on rents. So you really have to look at it regionally, but I think as an asset class, I don't think anyone's going to be running away from the office in the investment world.
So over the past few years in the Toronto market, technology companies as well as co-working companies have been a huge driver, taking up a lot of space. Do you see this trend continuing, or where do you see it going?
I think we're definitely going to see that grow. I know that part of our business is growing quite rapidly in the United States and in Europe right now, and I think Toronto's going to see that.
Leaseman out of the UK prepared a very large survey in 2018 which basically said that the workplace was failing its users. This pandemic has now brought an opportunity for users to rethink how they use space. So space as a service will continue to form an important part of their overall space strategy, but I think this is an interesting opportunity for companies to just rethink of how space is used. Do you need that heads down space 24/7, or can you convert some of that space into more collaborative, more meeting space, more gathering space, and change the nature of your work environment?
All right, Joe, John, just to wrap up here, in terms of the longer term economic impacts, where are we going to be?
Yeah, I think the whole space as a service industry is going to thrive. Long term, companies are going to start to reevaluate and rethink and redesign their space, and all for the better, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think the day of the 95 square foot per person cube farm, that's pretty much gone. So you're going to see those changes coming. A workplace strategy is going to be a big part of companies' review that they do 2 or 3 years out prior to making any major decisions on their space. We are definitely going to see some changes.